what is FedRAMP 20X? FedRAMP 20X is a modern approach to the standard FedRAMP process for cloud-based systems to be authorized for use by US federal agencies. What this means is the government looked at the FedRAMP process and said, this is slow, this is expensive, and it's really hard to do. And for that reason, there's a lot of really good cloud-based software that we can't use in the government because it isn't able to get through the FedRAMP process. So FedRAMP decided to reimagine the end-to-end process of a cloud system getting authorized for use by a federal agency. And this is what's called FedRAMP 20X. Essentially, FedRAMP 20X is automating the validations, simplifying the documentation, and relying on continuous machine evidence instead of manual screenshots to speed up and simplify the FedRAMP authorization process. So in practice, here's what it means. Instead of using the NIST 853 control catalog that can often be 300 or 400 controls long with subparts and parameters and oftentimes is a little overwhelming for security teams, FedRAMP created a list of key security indicators, which is about 50 or 60 requirements that are the key security things that a cloud-based system should have if it's going to be used by a federal agency. Next, FedRAMP 20X simplifies the documentation process. Instead of having a large written system security plan that runs for hundreds of pages in a Word document or a PDF, FedRAMP 20X asks for machine-readable documentation, so a JSON or a YAML file that can be brought into a tool and dashboards that show the evidence instead of having to read a large Word document. Next, FedRAMP 20X, instead of having a manual assessment of gathering screenshots and configuration dumps and meeting with the auditor on Zoom calls, FedRAMP 20X asks you to connect your data and your security tools to a system like Paramify that can help analyze the evidence and determine where your security is at. This reduces the cost of the assessment, which has been one of the largest costs that's been prohibitive for cloud systems to get FedRAMP authorized. The last key difference is that FedRAMP 20X does not require an agency sponsor. This is huge news because many cloud-based systems were meeting the security requirements of FedRAMP, but didn't have a federal agency who was willing to be their sponsor and assume the risk in order to get them FedRAMP authorized. Now, FedRAMP 20X does not require an agency sponsor because it's reliant more on automation and has efficiency gains in terms of cost savings at the assessment and authorization level. This means that a cloud system can go through the FedRAMP 20X process all the way and then approach agencies to discuss whether they want to use that system, instead of being stopped early on by not having an agency sponsor. So I hope this video helped you understand some of the key differences between FedRAMP 20X and FedRAMP Rev 5 and really what FedRAMP 20X is. It's all about using automation and machine-based evidence to simplify the documentation and assessment approach of FedRAMP. And the goal here is time savings, both for the cloud system and ultimately for the federal agency, so that good software systems that are cloud-based can be used by civil servants in the US government. Hope this video helped you understand the differences and what FedRAMP 20X is. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us here at Paramify. We specialize in FedRAMP 20X and have gone through both that FedRAMP 20X low and moderate and are helping pioneer what this looks like for systems to be authorized for use in a modern way for the federal government.